Guess who's back? Make sure I'm good on this. Still smothered. Today, I'm not gonna hold this like that. But yeah, something. I don't know. It's hard to collect my thoughts right now. Honestly, first of all, R.I.P. to Lil Peep. But I feel like this is something that I've been wanting to talk about for a while, and I have been talking about for a while, but this is a good time to... Anyway, well, hip-hop and really America's drug addiction, opioids addiction problem is at an all-time high and an all-time bad. Now, in recent news, rapper Lil Peep passed away of a accidental overdose. He took, I think, some Percocets that were laced with some other drug that the combination was a deadly cocktail. But what I've been saying since the beginning of my career, because I'm a rapper, like, one of my first CDs I did back in high school was a group project called Purple Pills Give Me Nightmares. And I don't know why, but my whole career, I've always had a very anti-drug, like anti-prescription drug, opioid, like, stance. And honestly, to me, it was always crazy that hip-hop glorified popping pills. I remember when it started becoming, because hip-hop has always done, and what I don't want to happen is people to just blame this generation. I know they do it the most, or they appropriate it the worst, but I'm not going to sit here and act like Wu-Tang wasn't rapping about smoking embalming fluid and doing sherm, and there wasn't people back in the day rap about doing cocaine and stuff. But what I'm saying is that the thing that happened to hip-hop, to me, that was wild is when it switched from weed to pills and lean. And I'll even say I think I had a part to play in, we all did, we all had a part to play in, especially like lean and stuff, because I was really heavy on that. I did it very frequently in high school, so I feel like after high school, the more I rapped about it, I would never really rap about doing it for fun. I would always rap about the negative sides of it, but it was something I had to stop doing. Now, I'm a huge activist. I'm a huge supporter and pusher of the legalization of marijuana and the using it in medical and recreational use, because that actually helps people. And I feel like it's been demonized and classified with the rest of these drugs, so people don't really understand. It miseducates people. But one thing that was crazy to me is when hip-hop switched over from marijuana, make sure the camera's right, from marijuana to prescription drugs and opioids. I remember that. I remember being young, and one of the first songs I heard about this stuff was Lil White's Xanax Bars. And I remember at the time I didn't even know what Xanax Bars was, and I was like, what is this? What is he talking about? And when they explained it to me, I didn't understand why he was rapping about it. I was like, this is not cool. But as I grew up, I started seeing the shift and how everybody loved it and everybody's rapping about it. So people act as if it didn't actually kill people, and it hasn't been taking lives and taking some of the best people that we've ever had. Like, they say that's how Mike went. You know what I mean? Like, so what is good to me, what's dope to me, is watching rappers like Uzi Vert, Famous Dex, and Triple X come out and speak against it now. Even though Uzi and Famous Dex were some of the biggest proponents of this. But one thing I will have to say about Uzi Vert, though, is I like Uzi a lot, and I think Uzi gets a bad rep for some of the stuff he does because I don't think people are actually listening. I think the way that he raps makes people get too caught on his melodies and not his words, because there's a song on XO Tour Life, he's screaming for help and nobody listens. Screaming for help and nobody's listening. So what I want us to do, what we can't do as listeners and supporters of this music, is do what we did to Lil Wayne to these guys. Because when Wayne came out of jail and Wayne wasn't really on all the drugs that he was on before, I remember hearing people, and I think I was even one of those people who said, man, Wayne just ain't the same, man. There's something missing. This ain't the same dude I was listening to. So that was ignorance on my part, on everybody's part who pretending that. What we need to do is, because I'm seeing tweets from people like Uzi who's saying that I want to stop doing this, I'm trying, but I'm feeling less creative. What we need to do as fans is support his journey, bro. If his music isn't quote unquote as good as it used to be to you, the first thing you gotta ask is why. Because I have a lot of theories on why people don't and do like music. First thing you gotta ask yourself is why. Is it really because sonically this isn't as good? Or is it because in lieu of new information, you know that this guy isn't in the same zone he was in before? It's a lot of questions. What we need to do is support his journey. If his music isn't as good, we gotta be there to support it anyway, because he's trying. And if you believe in him as an artist, then that means that you believe in him, that he is an artist. He has the talent to create art. It is not the drugs that's doing that. So stick with him until he gets it, because eventually he will. If you don't believe he will get it, then there's no need for you, there's no reason for you to support him in the first place. You feel me? So, yeah, when Pete passed away, I made a tweet about it. And because drug addiction, especially opioid prescription pills, has been something that I've been speaking on in my whole entire career for as long as I've been rapping. And I had a song called Angels and Demons way before this. The verse like, it's a shame we in the game, but ain't nothing to play. Ain't nothing to play. Doctor gave me these pills for pain. I said, doctor gave me these pills for pain. He said they'll take them away. And these volumes turn down the volume of the demons in my face. I'm addicted to this living and stealing mama's prescription. Kind of wicked. I ain't even attempted to try to kick it. Mind your business, cause this shit puts me right where I need to be, to talk to hoes easily. You don't know what this means to me. Like, that was months ago. I got a song called Codeine Tears. The hook is, let doves fly, if we all die, will you cry? Codeine tears, codeine tears, codeine tears, codeine tears. And I'm talking about, if we all die of overdose on this shit, are you gonna cry hypocritical tears knowing that you do it too? That's what I'm saying. So that's a long thing to get to. The point is, I made a tweet about it and CNN picked it up, and ever since then so many people have been giving me positive reinforcement, say keep pushing this, don't stop talking about it. And I've been getting the most like support I've ever really gotten, and that's the type of stuff I was talking about, positive reinforcement. So it encourages me, even though I was still doing it, but encourages me to go super gung-ho because I know people are listening. I dropped a song last night called Fuck Drugs. I'm going to put in the link below. I need y'all to go check that out and go hit the heart. It's on SoundCloud. Go hit the heart and go repost that, because I want this to be pushed very hard. I'm going to drop a video to it soon and some more stuff. But I'm saying a lot of that to say this, man. Drug addiction is a big problem in hip-hop, but it's also a big problem in the world. And though it took somebody to die, the sad part is that's usually what it takes for revolution. So these artists who are trying to do something different, please support them. Support them. And another thing is, a lot of people want to blame my generation for doing this. And yes, we are to blame for taking these drugs and making them cool. But we can't sit and act or take away all the blame of the parents who got a lot of these kids addicted to Ritalin and things like other big prescription drugs because kids had ADD. I remember being 12 and 13 years old and some of my friends being on a daily regimen of pills because of ADD. I remember being in class and kids having to leave class because they had to take their pills. So when you push a culture of you solve your problems with drugs and you push that to kids at a young age, when we grow up, that's what we think we're supposed to do. Because a lot of the time, a lot of these people are self-medicating. And it's not only a drug abuse problem, it's a mental health issue also. So yeah, man, I've said a lot, but put in the comment section below what your thoughts on hip-hop and the world's opioid problem. Let's just start the conversation. The name is Screw. I'm pretty freaking awesome, and I love you. Face.